She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you, Rob. Is that when the booger's coming out?
Oh, my God.
And I don't like it.
Could we let that alone?
Settle down, Clay.
First of all,
Hey, Josh is the one who
there
wanted me to
was
say
no
that. He was laughing
penetration.
so
There
hard.
was no penetration. I just want to say right now the hand.
Okay, we got to do our hand signal, Josh, next time, I guess. It's I misinterpreted it entirely.
Yeah, we're gonna hear from the station manager on Monday. But you know who she calls, don't you?
She calls you.
Yes.
So I'm safe.
You are safe. Another great guest. We're just being introduced with this man today, and it's
Yes.
Stephen Twarowski.
That's
And
correct.
I got that correct.
Yeah,
That's
got
good.
it right.
Homage.
So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit before the show that you are building and remodeling. So let's talk about the genesis of your company, the name of your company, and how you started, and what do you do, and where do you do it?
Oh, and by the way, before we do that, though,
Yes.
who brought him on the show?
Oh, that guy, that Aussie guy.
The guy
That's
sitting back
Australian
over
guy.
there. From
That
the
Australian guy, our
Australian
own
guy.
Brad
Yeah,
Hatfield, with Down Under Pools.
Right? The guy who likes to put shrimp on the Barbie.
He likes to put shrimp on the Barbie. And, of course, we have a lot of anecdotal things stories about some of our past shows with Brett.
Yes.
But we're not going to bring that up either.
No, we won't. No.
So we got past that.
But
so.
you can go hear it on the Real Estate Rat Pack Facebook
Yes.
or YouTube account and just type in, some of our old shows.
Probably one of
and,
the funniest shows we ever did.
One of the funniest ones. And Brett was right here in studio, and he's got his pants on, so we're safe. Yes.
See, I wasn't going to go there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Ew.
So Stephen's thinking right now, what did you invite me to here? What
have I gotten into here?
What have I
Yes.
gotten into? Anyway, go ahead. I always love the stories how people got involved and got started.
Well, I'm with Craftsmanship by John. I actually had my own company for a number of years, and John Gillette was my mentor. He was president of the Greater Houston Builders Association at that time, and so he and I had gotten together, and I had learned some things, very business from him, how organizational skills and whatnot, and I was really amazed at the organization that he had. Some years later, I decided, well, it was difficult finding people, getting good help. Trades are short, and I decided, let me see what this man has to offer. He had a lot to offer. This company is phenomenal. The work that we do, the product that we produce. We're basically over in the Memorial area, over in Headwich Village, Piney Point. Although we do work in River Oaks and Westview, Bel Air, and other parts of the city as well. We are a custom home remodeler. We do build homes as well. But for the most part, John got to start doing remodeling in the Bunker Hill and the Memorial area.
Nice little niche market there.
It is. I don't know what it was like 20 years ago when he had started in that market, but it's
Probably not that different than it is
not
now.
much
It's,
different. Not much different.
A lot of it's of course all high end. I saw someone was telling me the other day they had a lot that they're looking at to buy in I guess it was Piney Point, $1.5 million for a lot now. So it can be a little pricey to get in there.
What it is, and people, that's one of the things we're finding with remodeling. People are wondering, should we remodel or should we move? And it's a teardown. It's a teardown. So you have $1 million teardown.
Yeah.
And come to the realization that most people can't relocate and find the same quality of life, the same quality of living. With the medical there, with Memorial, the mall, the schools, and everything. You're not going to, there's nothing in comparison to, so you're going to pay more money essentially trying to get yourself moved.
77024 is a nice zip code.
It is.
Yes.
It's a really nice zip code. So.
Nice zip code.
And we're right over there in the Villages. That's where we have our office. And I'll tell you, it's really neat because, you talk about Houston real estate, and you talk about that high-end market. That is that high-end market.
Be careful of the Hedwig police, though.
Yes.
Just say
You're driving on Gaylord.
You have reached the voicemail of Tim O'Neill. I'm not here right now, but please go ahead and leave your message, and I'll call you back as soon as I can.
So, but that's one of the nice things about the Villages is they really do have a very responsive police department. And I was actually going back into the office the other day
I'd
after
say
our event.
over-responsive.
Could be over-responsive, and they actually came up and said if I was okay.
Yes.
And so, And I immediately said okay, and went into the building. So and yes, there is a story to that. But anyway, let's go back to that remodel or tear down. I mean, how do you do an analysis of that?
Well, I mean, we look at your assessment from the from CAD. What's the house worth? And Bunker Hill's got stipulations if you're over a percentage of the home that you have to come back in with a sprinkler system and bring things up to code. So it's somewhat limiting to some of the people in the Bunker Hill, Piney Point area to how much remodeling they can actually do to their home.
Yeah.
And you have to also assess, well, is this going to be your feet first out the door home? Are you actually going to move? So is it not so much a question of money, it's a question of, are you going to enjoy your quality of life by bringing your home to the standards that you want to live in?
So sometimes it's a personal choice.
It's a personal choice, yeah, and sometimes the choice of people want to do independent living as us baby boomers get older.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We didn't sign up for this. But
it's not older; it's experienced.
Experienced, yeah. It's the experience part.
It's
seasoned.
It's older.
But no, and so and John and I are both trained at what they call aging in place. So to make the home aesthetically presentable, not make it look like an institution, and yet have it a functional home. It's also called universal design. We specialize in that as well. Bring homes around so the kitchen and your bathrooms and stuff are acclimated to where that you can use them. From tubs, grab bars, things of that nature. We do some of that as well.
We call that getting the house shuffle ready.
Yeah, that's it.
Shuffle ready. You got to shuffle over here,
Shuffle over here, shuffle over there.
Shuffle everywhere.
Watch out for those half-inch curbs that you trip over.
The opinions of Tim O'Neill are not necessarily the opinions of the Rat Pack.
Or KKHT or anybody for that matter.
Or Josh or anybody else. But that's a really interesting thing is that it is a lifestyle choice.
It is.
It's a lifestyle choice. What are your biggest modifications? You've done a lot of remodeling, so what is typically the number one?
Kitchens and baths. I mean, that's the number one. I mean, people want to open up the older homes over there, the 1950s, 1960s home. Everything's got a wall in it, so they want to bring in the light. They want to open it up. They want to add on to the home, and that's something we do. Outdoor living space. That's something else we do. So. You just bring in a home to where it's aesthetically pleasant, more usable, more functional, especially the bathrooms. Bathrooms are a big thing. Bench seats, rain shower heads. I mean, it's kind of like it's a place to go. The kitchen is a place to hang out now instead of the family room.
Exactly. Now, and of course, now I know a lot of people want to raise their roofs.
That's the main thing. You have an 8-foot top plate, which say your ceiling height. And they want to bring it up, and we do that quite a bit as well. We look at the option, and it's got a price tag on it because sometimes you're ripping the roof off the top of the home in order to establish that extra foot.
What could go wrong?
Well, it's because most of the time the roof is on fire.
Right? Well, as long as you've been doing this, I think an intelligent question has just come to my mind.
Oh my God!
Ding, 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 ding. We need something on that one. We need some type of.
He had a thought, but it died of loneliness.
There it is. We got it right there.
Well, now check this out and stay with me on it. Because some time ago, it was very difficult to get a home equity loan in Texas. You could only do it if you were contracting and doing improvement. But now it's much easier to get a home equity loan. You just basically sign the paper. So has that affected your business?
It has. We do deal with banks, and it's not. I mean, even though we have a contract from the Texas Association of Builders, which we use as a contract. The bank essentially comes up with their own contract, and we do have some people that go back in, reverse mortgages, things of that nature, in order to do the renovations, remodeling to their home. It works well, and we work well with banks.
And that is a very good point. We have seen a very big uptick with today's market, individuals coming back in, doing what they call a cash-out refinance or a Texas 50A6, in which they're taking their old money, they're putting into a lower rate, sometimes a 15-year term, a 10-year term, cashing out $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and then going, obviously, John, and getting these type of repairs done.
There, that money sits,
and it sits. And I tell everybody is, I'm a big believer in obviously paying off your home for a period of time, but also there's something to be said about having debt equity in your home. I mean, if you're not utilizing it and you have a need to go out there and do it, take advantage of what's going on out there. Reverse mortgage, you mentioned, anybody above 62. great product as well to be able to go out there and do those products
You can
on.
borrow at a secured rate, and the interest is tax deductible. So
Absolutely.
there's tremendous leverage in that home equity when it's used responsibly. And Rob will tell you that Tree Pack and others were involved in setting that up properly, so people couldn't get overextended.
Yeah, I mean, you're limited
whatever,
to 80% of the value of the property in the state of Texas, which is absolutely what saved Texas
right.
during the 2008 debacle. I mean, if you look at California, you look at Florida, you look at some of the areas which did not have those type of limitations. I mean, in California, 120%. They got killed because of that. I mean, individuals borrowing on top of borrowed money. I mean, and in Texas, it wasn't like that. It was 80%. That's it. Investment property, 75%, and no one got into trouble because of that.
Well, I can't say nobody got in trouble. People, there's still some issues going on.
But they didn't get in trouble because they weren't responsible. Oh,
right.
Let me back up. You're right. They didn't get in trouble though because there wasn't because there was rules.
Would you like to start over?
Yes. Let's get back to have Tim coming up with his thoughts.
Okay.
The upshot of it all is, if you're thinking about a remodeling job and you're calling CBJ Construction for it, there are a lot of financing options, and home equity borrowing is a very viable option when used properly, responsibly. So don't think that just consider that if you're thinking about it. It's easy.
And also look at the tax options. So if you tear down a home and build a new home, you're actually going to face a new tax bracket. So it's going to be a new challenge. And you're keeping your old home, the older home, yes, your taxes are going to go up, but only by 10%, and you're already given a break because you do have an older home. So it's a good thing to remodel. Stay in your home, remodel, and bring it back around, bring some new life to it.
That's right.
Have you ever been working with somebody on a remodel and said, you know what, your best bet really is to tear it down? Have you ever had that?
Sure. Oh, I certainly have. No, and we're not there to just say, hey, we're going to come in. I'd love to take your money, and that's not the case. We're there because you've hired us for the experience, to look at us for for direction. And so, by looking at how much your house is worth, looking at the value of the property, going out there and say, I want to do this amount of work, and say, okay, we've done enough of these projects. This is the standard. This is how much it's going to be. Do you realize you're putting money into a tear down? So we're there to assist and give an intelligent assessment of if you should or you shouldn't.
That's a great.
Well, speaking of an intelligent assessment, we do have another break to come up with right now.
Another break coming.
But we have a lot more to talk about in regards to real estate, insurance, home
Bring
protection,
Diane back too.
somebody putting their pants on, and everything else. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.